Welcome back to Addiction TV. Here we are again with another Scream Resurrection video. I just finished episodes 5 and 6, the last two episodes, and right now I want to share my final thoughts on it with you guys. Still, no spoilers. I will do a complete full spoiler review after this video, but I want to go ahead and share my final thoughts on this. This was extremely weird. I'm going to say Scream Resurrection was extremely fucking weird. I can't lie to you guys. But that being said, let's go ahead and get into the positives of Scream Resurrection. And first and foremost, I do want to say the blood and gore. That's a positive for me. There was a couple of brutal kills in this season. I was like, damn, y'all showing this on TV? I mean, yeah, we could see some fucked up shit on TV, but I'm like, damn. I've seen kills in rated R movies that aren't even this brutal, not even this cool. There were some cool kills in Scream Resurrection. One in particular that made me hurt, and I can't tell you until my spoiler review, but I want to say, y'all, whoo, it's very splitting. You might have split feelings about it, you know what I mean? And another positive about Scream Resurrection, I do want to say, is the rules. Just like every Scream movie we've ever had, they stick to the rules on how to survive. No sex, no drugs, no drinking. Some race jokes are in there and they're pretty damn funny, I gotta say. I like how they stick to the rules, but I think it would be nice to get a season of Scream or a new Scream movie where the rules don't apply as much. I know it's part of the original franchise, but it's time to switch it up. And another positive I want to say about Scream Resurrection, well, at least a positive for me, was the ethnic diversity. You know, it has a black cast, it has a white cast, it has a Latin dude in there. You know, it's got different people, and it does take place in the hood. You know, and that's a positive for me, being from the hood. I'm out of it now, so don't worry, I don't live in the hood anymore. But I grew up in a rough neighborhood, very rough neighborhood, and it was cool to see something to do with Scream that takes place there in the hood, because you know, every Scream we watch, you know, they're either in a nice quiet town, Woodsboro, or they're at a college, they're in Hollywood. It was nice to see something in the hood that people in the hood can relate to. People in the hood like horror movies too, and It's awesome, you know, to see somebody who thinks they gangsta, somebody who thinks they so hood, and then they get a Ghostface killer coming around, and they ain't hard no more. And I really like that, you know. Not saying black people can't make horror, but black people like horror too. And some people, I've seen some comments and shit, some people are like, please don't put black people in horror movies. Black people should not make horror movies. Everybody has their own opinion, but every race has somebody that's good at something. Every race, I'm sure, has somebody who can make horror. And I really like the ethnic diversity in it. I was like, okay, hell yeah. And it really made me happy. And another positive, I think the most positive in Scream Resurrection, is the voice of Roger Jackson as Ghostface again. That really made the show, in my personal opinion. Roger Jackson saying these crazy punchlines, the creepy voice, the darkness in his tone. I like that. And that really made Scream Resurrection good to me. Like I said, this is not a great show. If you like straight-to-DVD movies, horror movies, then you might like Scream Resurrection. And my last and final positive is going to be the twist. The twist was, I can't tell you too much, damn it, because this is a non-spoiler video, but let's just say the twist might catch you off guard, or you might predict it. So let's move into the negatives of Scream Resurrection. And we're going to start with, which was also on my positives, we're going to start with the humor. And I'm saying it's really over the top. There are jokes that work, and that's why it meets in the negatives and the positives. The humor is very over the top, especially in the first 2 episodes, and then it starts to get a little bit better as the show gets a little darker. and I caught myself rolling my eyes at some of the jokes, and then some of the jokes, I'm like, that's a good one. I like that one. So that's definitely going to meet in the middle. Good old Diet Pepsi. Blah. Now, moving on to my next negative, and that's going to be the acting. If they make another season of Scream, please make it a new cast and a new story. Like I said before, I think if they keep making Scream, you could have Roger Jackson, you can have Ghostface, but make it a new set of teenagers, new town every season. That would be great. I think it would be more successful, to be honest with you. And another negative for me, big negative for me, is Ghostface himself. The Ghostface costume is not like the professional Ghostface costume from the movies. It's like one of the cheap ass Ghostface costumes you go get from a cheap Halloween store. Like you can get it in real life, you know what I mean? Which, there's a little bit of a positive to that too. And one positive to it is, yes, the show takes place in the hood, in the ghetto, not richy neighborhoods. If there was a killer in the ghetto who was going to dress like Ghostface and kill people, he would probably only be able to afford some little Halloween store costume. He's not gonna go online like, yeah, I'm gonna be Ghostface. You never know. There's people out there, they might, but I don't know. I was a little iffy about the Ghostface costume. Ghostface was just, I don't know. And another negative for me is the killer. I'm not gonna say who it was. I'm just gonna say it's hard to describe without spoiling anything. The twist and the killer. Okay, let's say I like the twist, but I don't like a killer. I'm not going to say if there's more than one killer, but I'm going to say it like that. It's hard not to spoil things because I really want to talk about this, but I can't do that until tomorrow on my spoiler review. And that's all I can say without really giving away anything. But that's my final thoughts on Scream Resurrection. It was not great. It was not horrible. I've seen worse. But I'm excited to hear what you guys think. Like I said, if you like straight to DVD horror, you might like this. If you like B-list horror movies, you might like Scream Resurrection. It didn't build the characters like it should have. You don't really find yourself caring about any of these characters. And it felt like the makers of this did not care and did not put their heart into this season of Scream, which is a big disappointment. But how did you guys feel about Scream Resurrection? Let me know in the comments below. Till next time, coming at you from Addiction TV, and I will link all Scream related videos down below.